All right, howdy y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you to the new subscribers. I've gotten maybe 5 or 6, I think, since my video responding to Grady Smith came out. And thank you to Grady Smith for responding. I didn't expect him to. Um, and he was very gracious about it, which was cool. I wasn't super uh, nosy or pushy, I guess, with my response to his video, but that was pretty cool. So thank you to the other 150 people that watched it after he responded. So I guess that's the new cool thing to do, is just, make a upsetting video, and then all of a sudden, your videos go from 10 views to 233 or whatever it is now. So that's pretty interesting. Today I wanted to just talk about Spotify. I'm going to start doing some videos on the way Spotify does their country music. I think it's kind of lame. I think they don't understand country music, but coming from somebody who only listens to Spotify, I rarely ever use YouTube for music. I thought that I would start covering Spotify and let the guys like Grady Smith do the Nashville radio and let them burn their ears with that. So today I figured a good place to start would be Spotify's Texas Music Now playlist. The Texas Music Now playlist, if you don't know, is a curated playlist from Spotify on Texas bands specifically, and music. If you're trying to get into Texas music, it could be a good place to start. It's where I started on Texas music, so if you haven't checked out that playlist, you definitely should. But I think I'm just going to go through the top 10, or I should say the first 10 songs on here, but it feels kind of like a top 10 songs. They start out with Shine Out by Cody West, who's a guy out of Dallas. And he has been playing music for a few years now. But I think it's interesting that they put this song on there because it's not his most famous song, but it is a very good song. And it came out 3 years ago, I think, in 2017. Like in 2017. So the fact that they're starting out with music that's not even from 2019, like, we have a lot of really good Texas music out in 2019, y'all, and you starting out with 2017 from a guy who is good, but I would put him on par with more of the Co Wetzels than with the rest of Texas music. Like, so kind of Texas music has two kind of sides. You have the Co Wetzels and your Cody West and your your Cody Jinks, although somebody's going to get mad at me about that one. And then you have your other side where you've got your more classical, more traditional country like Flatland and Aaron Watson and other bands like that. And then there's some guys in the middle, like Cody Johnson and Turnpike Troubadours and other bands like that, where they kind of mix that hard rock, southern rock, very Leonard Skinner and other bands influenced, and then you've got the other mix of your George Strait and your that kind of music. So after Shine Out, we've got Rolling Stone by Whiskey Myers. So I can be the hypocrite and I can say I take it all back. They just put this song. The song is brand new off of Whiskey Myers' new album, and I love this song. The album was okay. I kind of lie along the lines with Grady Smith on that one, where yes, the album was good. There weren't a lot of memorable songs on it. It's not my kind of country music, so I was looking for something different. I was kind of hoping for something along the lines of Stone. Right? If you really know Whiskey Myers, like one of their first songs or one of their breakout songs was Stone, and I love that song. This song is a lot like that, so it makes sense that I would love it. Next is Mickey and the Motorcars and their song Road to You. Mickey and the Motorcars is interesting. They started in Ohio. No, they started in Idaho, and they moved with a different band. And Mickey and his brother, I think, moved to Austin to start Mickey and the Motorcars. And if you haven't heard of them, you really should listen to them. They have a few good songs. One that I listen to a lot, and then this one, Road to You, is actually pretty good. It's a little bit slower, and these days I'm trying to find something more, exciting. I roll the windows down the truck and drive 75 miles down the highway. I want, happy, funny, lots of steel guitar, lots of, maybe a banjo, throw some of that stuff in there, and the thumping drum beat, whereas this is not that. And this is a really good song, so you definitely should listen to it if you haven't. But it's one of those, I believe it's an older song of theirs as well. And so I was looking through this list, and I was noticing that other than Rolling Stone, Spotify really isn't keeping track of the date at which the song came out for when they curate Texas Music Now and some of their other country playlists, other than New Boots, of course, and some other playlists like that. It's almost like they don't care. When I first, like, a lot of the songs on this playlist when I first started listening to it are still here, and the playlist is only 30 songs long. And so yes, they've added some new songs, but they've also taken away some songs. It's 51 songs. I'm sorry, it's sitting right here in my face, and I'll right past it. It's 51 songs. They're adding new songs, but the new songs they're adding are not new, and they're not from, I mean, there is only one Flatland Cavalry song out of 51 songs. And they have one song, I just noticed down at the bottom they have Zach Bryan's song "Flying or Crying." Really glad to see Zach Bryan's getting the play that he rightly deserves. I mean, his songs are just incredible. But again, that I can't. I'm gonna probably do a video about Zach Bryan, but I cannot I can't do anything else when I'm listening to Zach Bryan, because he gets me in the feels every time. Every time I listen to Zach Bryan, I gotta stop. I gotta close my eyes. My buddy comes over and we listen to music together. He cries every time. It's just great. His music is fantastic. It's the kind of music you want to listen to. But if you're driving 75 down the highway, don't turn on Zach Bryan. You ain't gonna like it. All right. "Misunderstood" by Parker McCallum. Now here you go again. Parker McCallum. My last video was about Parker McCallum, so I won't spend too much time. "Misunderstood." Great song. If you want to get to know Parker McCallum, listen to "Misunderstood," listen to "I Can't Breathe," listen to "Pretty Heart," and you'll kind of know what the guy is all about. He's not super deep. Like, I give Grady Smith that. He's not super deep, but there's some really cool lines in there. There's some really cool lyrics. It's a pretty good story. And it's really hard to sing, which is frustrating for me. I'm a bad singer, but I love to sing along with my music, and the fact that I can't sing along to that is frustrating because it's got good lyrics. "Why" by the Reed Southall Band is another one of those sad boy songs. It's another one of those reflection songs, which is really what country music is about, is reflecting, is pushing forward a story that you wouldn't get from other music. So that's a really cool song. It's a slow song, so don't listen to it when you're in the truck. "Country Radio" by Aaron Watson. This frustrates me because this song has been on everything. This song has been pushed on every single playlist on Spotify that I can find. This stupid song is on there. And I shouldn't say stupid because it's a good song. I just don't enjoy it. And that album, wow. That album, the first start for me is probably one of the best songs of this year is the Ghost of Guy Clark. Probably one of the best songs this year. And it's not even on this playlist. Like, if I'm going to pick songs that are the same, I get it. The Ghost of Guy Clark is more of a album opener, more of a story, like a Lewis Lamar book is Ghost of Guy Clark. So you wouldn't want to put it on this album because people just trying to drive in their trucks. They're trying to listen to some music. They ain't trying to, do this thing. But you did put Zach Bryan on there, so clearly you want to have some kind of substance on your playlist. But you're sitting here and you're putting country radio, which every time I listen to country radio, I want to just go, ooh, la, 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 because it has that part in there where it sits there and you wish it was. Like his other song on that album, God, I can't remember the name of the song now. There's another song on the album that is the exact same chords, the exact same rhythm, and he has the ooh la las. Oh, it's Heartstrings. Listen to Heartstrings and listen to country radio. They're very, very similar. And I just think if you're going to pick a song from Aaron Watson, specifically from his new album, this is not the song to pick. Pick Dark Horse. Oh, God, Dark Horse is so much fun. That song is so cool. And you just skip right over it for country radio, which is a B-list song at best on that album. Okay. Make Believe by Koe Wetzel. Koe Wetzel is a very interesting guy. When I first heard Koe Wetzel, I hated his music. I couldn't stand it, and I used to get in fights with my cousin, who is big into Texas country as well, and she loves Koe Wetzel, man. She all about him. And I was like, man, I don't understand. She's been to see him like 6 times in concert or something ridiculous, and I just did not get it. But his song Austin really got me to really like his music. I had to listen to it over and kind of beat myself over the head with his music to kind of figure out why she would love him so much. And now I get it. He's different. He's people like him because he's different. People like him because he sounds like Cody West and Parker, a little bit of Parker McCallum, a little bit of that Leonard Skinner, a little bit of that Johnny Cash, a little bit of not Waylon. Yeah, a little bit of Waylon, like just a little bit of this kind of dangerousness that he brings to his music, and that's why people like him. His new album, not so country. I agree with Grady Smith on that. He's not so country. It's a lot more towards the hard rock, but Texas country is kind of going that way now. If you see Whiskey Myers, that half of Texas country is going that way. Whiskey Myers, who started out less hard rock, and now they're going way more southern rock. And now we've got Koe Wetzel, who is going way more southern rock. And that's fine. That's the music he wants to make, and clearly people like it, or at least teenage girls like it. And that's okay. Make Believe is the song they have on here. Not great. Not awful. I'll listen to it. Not my first choice. But it's pretty far down the list. Let's see. What's next? Turnpike Troubadours, The Winding Stair Mountain Blues. I think this is a cool pick. Because of the Turnpike Troubadours, you could pick 7 and 7. You could pick Housefire. You could pick anything off of their new album before all the stuff happened with them. You could pick any of that stuff and you'd be just fine picking that. But the fact that they picked a song that is less known, less out there, really gives a cool, Turnpike Troubadours has a sound that just everybody loves. Even if you hate country, you admit Turnpike Troubadours, they got a cool sound. So the fact that they picked a song that really shows off their sound, I really respect that. Lucas Jagano and the Roadshow song New School. So I'll be honest, I don't know anything about this guy. I have never heard of him before. He popped up on Texas Music Now, which is where I found him. Pretty cool that that's the way that works. I enjoy the fact that they're still adding things. But again, I think this song is pretty old. I can make a bunch of noise here while I type. I thought this one wasn't included in it there. Let me see. Yeah. I think this song is like really old. Nope, I stand corrected. It's brand new. Anyway, now I look like an idiot. So yes, so this song is actually good. I like it. I'll have to keep an eye on him because I think he's got some pretty interesting music. And that's really all I can say about it right now because I have to listen to it more. And then the last one we have is Nothing on You by Cody Johnson. Okay, Cody Johnson, yes, he's good. But again, I really just don't. I like different. I like special. I like good lyrics and I like good music. And I think he tries to hit middle of the road to appease everybody. And I would, if I had to give him a rating out of 10, or a lot of these guys a rating out of 10, I'd probably give him around 7. Yes, it's good music, but is it great? Is it special? Is there something that makes him different than everybody else? He's considered Texas country and not Nashville, and that's about it. That's about all the difference that I can see from Cody Johnson to, the people that you hear on Nashville radio. That's really all I've got for him. So, Texas Music Now, good playlist on Spotify, probably 8 out of 10. Not the best playlist they've got on here, but definitely one of their best. If you got Spotify, you want looking for new music, tired of listening to ads, tired of running through Nashville country, just want something to play when you're driving on your truck, skip a couple songs, throw this on, and you'll have a good time. This is the way to start if you want to get into Texas music, is definitely start with Spotify. So, 14 minutes. This is the longest video we've had so far. Thank you guys so much for coming by and listening to it again. Hopefully I'll get more than 10 views this time. Maybe 2 or 3 likes. I don't know. Subscribe to the channel if you want me to keep doing it. Questions, comments, dumb looks, leave them in the comment box below. And y'all have a blessed day. Bye.